I am trying to visit every single country on the planet, but today I'm in my room in Dubai with a fun video idea. Today we will rank country flags. In the Americas, we'll go through North, Central and South America and see which flags belong into the S tier, that's the best one, it stands for superb, and which flags go into the meh D tier. Let's get started with rating the countries, and keep in mind this is about the flags. This is not about the countries, although I might share some stories from that place. I've been to every single independent country in the Americas. So let's start with Brazil. Brazil for sure is S tier, honestly. I think it's one of the most beautiful flags in the world. It makes so much sense. Like there's green, yellow, blue and white. They have stars on the flag. It's unique. It's not just stripes. It's a bit complex, yet not too complex, but it's amazing. Honestly, I love the Brazil flag. It's probably one of my top 3 or top 5 globally, probably top 3. So let's keep going with Costa Rica. Amazing country, but the flag is a bit standard. I mean, the little circle makes it a little bit better, but it's pretty standard. I would give it B tier. It's not too boring, but there's not much going on. Let's go to Guyana, another flag with a very nice color combination. I didn't like the country too much. I didn't have a great time there. I was illegal, but the flag is quite nice. I think there's missing some blue or something. You know, imagine the black one would be blue or something. I think it would give it a bit more of this like Brazil vibe. So maybe I'll put it into A tier. Let's get away with all the British overseas territories, because I honestly think they are very, very lame. You know, they all have the Union Jack. It's all just blue. I don't think there's much special going on there, and I really don't like them. Same with St. Martin here. I don't know, I can't connect to those flags. They're very standard, you know, with a triangular one. Like this one just looks like a Czech Republic flag, but like inverted. I really don't like them. They have almost no personality. So let's keep going with some of the Caribbean islands maybe. St. Lucia, another flag that's probably A tier for me. I love it. You can see the 2 pitons, which are like rock formations, like volcanic, I think, rock formations. And it's very beautiful. I went there to the 2 hills. So it kind of shows a bit of the nature of the country, which I like. But also I think the color is really nice. This like baby blue. What about Dominica? Dominica for me is S tier, I think. You see, I like the green with yellow and like white. And fun fact, Dominica, if we zoom in here, is actually one of only 2 flags that has purple on the flag, because they show their national bird, which is a type of parrot. When I went to Dominica, I actually stayed in the rainforest with the indigenous Kalinago population, but I didn't get to see the bird. The other flag with purple, and we're talking worldwide, not just in the Americas, the only 2 flags with purple on the flag is Dominica and Nicaragua, but that has to be probably a D tier. But it does have a rainbow, which you can barely see. And overall, I think it's just a bit lame. Same with El Salvador, one of my favorite countries. Actually, I love El Salvador. But the flag is just all very similar, you know? Same with Honduras. They don't have much personality. It's always the same. I like it when flags are unique. You know, take, for example, the Dominica flag. It's instantly recognizable. Same goes for Barbados. I just love that they put this thing in the middle. It makes it seem so savage. I love it. But it's not an S tier. I would say it's a B or A tier. Let's leave it in A tier for now, and then we'll see. Peru, I have to put it into the D tier because it has no personality. It's just 3 stripes, 2 of which are the same color. Argentina is a bit more difficult because it does have the sun, which is okay. I think this is going to be my first C tier. Yeah, I think so, because the sun does give it a little bit of personality. Oh, I forgot some overseas territories right here. And then Uruguay, I really quite like. I think this is going to be a B tier. It's not quite A tier, but it's definitely better than the Argentinian flag. It's a bit more complex, which I really like. It's very unique as well. You can immediately recognize it. Then Colombia. It's very plain, but I do like the color combination compared to the D tier countries here. Same with Ecuador, but they have the emblem, which I think puts them above. And then Venezuela, good question. I do like the stars, not gonna lie, so it should probably be above. No, let's keep it in here. Let's keep it in the C tier, because it's not too complex. Canada, I like how they integrate their leaf onto the flag, but it's also not too special. I'll put it into the D tier list for now. Antigua and Barbuda is one of the flags that I really like, because it's really complex, but not too much going on. You know, you have the sun, you have the sea, you have the black and the white sand beaches basically here. So it's very interesting. It's not too complex, but very, very unique. So I think it's an A tier for me for sure. Greenland, very basic. I think this is probably gonna be a D tier for me. I don't like the flag too much. Then the US Virgin Islands. It's very complex, but it's in the end just a white background. But the emblem makes it a bit more savage, and it says VI Virgin Islands. It's not that bad, but it's also not one of my favorites. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I love the color combination. I just think the center bit is a little bit too lame, you know. Brazil is actually really cool with the stars, and this is just 3 rectangles basically. So I'm not sure how much I like it, but it's probably an S tier for me. Mexico is a bit more difficult. I think the eagle does make it more complex, a bit more unique, but it's definitely not a B tier. So I think I will put it into a C tier for now. Cuba, it's kind of the same like Costa Rica, right? It's unique. But it almost feels criminal to put Cuba that far up, and for example Venezuela not. I would probably change it. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna put those 2 into the C tier, because we need some space for the B tier. Now we get to some great country flags. Take a look, for example, at St. Kitts and Nevis. It was my last country in the Americas, by the way. This easily is an S tier. I really love it. It's very unique. It might even be an S tier. A or S. I'll leave it in S tier for now, but I think I'm gonna limit myself to have like 3 or something in the S tier, so I might change it around. Let's go with Belize. I think Belize is too complex in the center. You cannot really see what's going on. It's actually 2 humans. One is black, one is like mixed or mestizo or white, whatever they're trying to say. But you can't really see it anyway. So I think for me it's an S tier, not more. Whereas Jamaica is really nice. It's very, very simple. Probably an A tier for me. I might change St. Vincent and the Grenadines to go into the B tier, but I think Jamaica has got to be up there because it's so simple yet so distinct. I really like it. Panama, more complex than the ones here below, but still the colors are very basic. Not that great. Chile probably goes either into C tier or let's say upper D tier. I think it's definitely better than the British overseas territories, but it's also not that interesting. Same goes here with Paraguay and Haiti also. Haiti is just not a great flag. Come on, it's just blue and red. I don't think the colors go that well together unless you have some white, which they do. But I mean, the emblem, I would put it above the British overseas territories, but it's not one of my favorite flags. Whereas the Bahamas, I really like. So the Bahamas is probably an A tier, maybe even an S tier for me. It depends a bit on the color palette that you're using, because sometimes the blue is a bit stronger and a bit brighter. I think with this blue that we see here, it should go into the A tier. Now we have Suriname, another country that I didn't particularly enjoy in South America, but I quite like the flag. I think it should probably go into the B tier. Wow. And then Grenada as well, easily B or even A tier. Maybe it's a little bit too complex to be S tier, but I love the color scheme. It's like very powerful. It's like yellow, green, and red with the stars. I quite like it. You might say it's a bit too much. I mean, I kind of get it. It looks a little bit like you tell some 6-year-old to draw like a medieval flag, but I really think it's quite savage. I quite like it as a country flag. It's not as plain as like these ones. I forgot Guatemala, by the way. Put them straight into D tier. Just all those flags, they don't have much personality, And then you go to Grenada and you're immediately like, this is Grenada. And it looks simple, but so distinct. I really think it's quite great. Then Puerto Rico. I've never been to Puerto Rico, actually. I would love to visit. It's a bit of a copycat from the US, but it is more satisfying to look at than those flags, I think. So it's going to go into the, let's say, upper C tier, which makes sense. Oh, wow. It's literally just the Cuban flag inverted, basically. Now, this is crazy. I never looked at that. And then what even is this? This is Curacao, isn't it? I think it's Curacao. And then you have Aruba as well. It's kind of boring. It reminds me an awful lot of the Nauruan flag in the Pacific. Not very distinct. Although, I mean, I get it. It's like the sand and the water and then the stars, the two stars there. I would put it into the C tier, lower C tier. Bolivia goes quite high up, I think. I think this is a B tier flag. I quite like how plain it is from the like red, yellow, green banners, but then it does have the emblem, and I do like the color combination. Trinidad and Tobago is a difficult one because it's very unique. The side stripe with the color combination, it's not really like that in any other flag in the world. But it's also not too complex. Like there's not too much thought going into it. So I would put it into my C tier list. Now we have the United States coming up. Good question. It is more complex, but I don't think it's maybe. It is quite complex, but I might be biased here by how much you see the US American flag. I would say it's an upper C tier here next to the other flags. I would probably put it somewhere between C and B tier, but hands down, the Uruguayan flag does look cooler than the US flag, I think. And now we have Aruba, another flag that I don't think is very great. I don't think the color combination fits very well. I think Aruba is probably a really nice island, but the flag, I'm not sure if I like it. And then another one of those very typical one that uses red, blue, and white as their color scheme, the Dominican Republic. It was actually my 100th country, trying to visit every single country on the planet, the Dominican Republic. It was also the first country that I met Philip, my co-founder of Every Country Tours. And so I think I'm going to put it into C, because it's kind of similar to all those like red, white, blue flags. They're all quite similar, but they do show a little bit more personality compared to the overseas territories or the Central American countries here with their just blue and white. So let's go through it. I think S tier, Brazil, yes, will remain the best one, along with Dominica. I think that's also an amazing flag. And then St. Kitts and Nevis, amazing as well. And I was thinking of maybe moving up one or two of them. Maybe even St. Lucia. St. Lucia is great. If I had to limit it to 5, I think I would maybe put in Jamaica? Question mark. You see, I really like it when you have green, black, and yellow, and then blue as well. If you put blue onto your flag, or make it as distinct as Dominica, for example, I think it looks amazing. So those 5 would probably make up my S tier, and those would be my A tier flags. So they're all very distinct, but not quite as high up as the S tier. So for example, I think if the Bahamas one would actually have the brighter color palette, which they sometimes put on, like the really bright this kind of St. Lucia type blue, then I think I might put it up to S tier. But as it is here right now, I don't think it quite makes the cut. And then the B tier flags are the ones that I quite like. They're very distinct, they're very unique. Like probably Uruguay is the best one. We could even think about putting Uruguay into the A tier here. Yeah, let's do it. Because it's so unique with the yellow and blue. I think it's a great color combination as well. And then you have the bright yellow sun though, so it's not as boring as those kind of flags. There's a bit more going on, and I quite like the color combination. And then places like Ecuador, they have a great like emblem in the center, but their colors are just pretty standard. And then the C tier are like decent flags, not the best, but fair enough. They have a bit more complexity. And the D tier flags are just, to me, they're the most boring ones probably. I don't really enjoy them. So this was me ranking every flag on the American continent. Keep in mind, guys, this is not about the countries. This is just about the flags. I have traveled to every single country in the Americas, and I had a great time there. I really want to revisit and go to Latin America again as well. I'm currently in Dubai, and I hope you enjoy those little YouTube videos that I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing side quests right now. No, but I also just launched my company here, Every Country Tours, so you can have a look. I'll link it in the description, where we take you to some of the more difficult places to visit in the world. Lots of places in Africa, lots of places in the Middle East. Yeah, if you want to go to Yemen, for example, or if you want to go to the Congo, go gorilla trekking, we have just launched a company here. We'll take you to those places so you don't have to worry. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe you disagree completely with putting St. Kitts and Nevis up there, for example, or maybe you love the Yoruba flag. Let me know what you think in the comments and whether you agree or not. And tell me if you have any video requests, or if you want me to rank flags from other continents like Europe, for example. I think that could be quite interesting. Do let me know in the comments, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and hit subscribe. Bye bye.